out of line or anything like that. But yeah, thank you for being here. I've got a lot of stories too. My dad was amazing. You know, I look at him and I'm just like, wow, we have so much in common. I remember I was talking to his next door neighbor last week, and he was telling me that my dad had a phone number that ended in 0077. He would tell everybody, yeah, you know, my number is 0077, you know, like James Bond. And I was like, oh my God, really? I remember when back, you know, before we had cell phones, we had pagers, and I would use the code 007 myself, you know, because of James Bond. So I realized how much me and my dad are alike, just listening to stories from other people. So it's just, it's amazing how much alike we are. I can go on and on and on, but story-wise, my dad, he was amazing. I mean, he really did encourage us. He would run down the soccer field yelling and making everybody be like, oh my God, who is this crazy guy screaming at the top of his lungs? Go, 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 go! Negotiating with me, Lisa, if you score 3 goals today, you'll get Burger King. You know, so there I was, running down the field, you know, hogging the ball selfishly, just so I could get my Burger King every single week, you know? But, you know, my dad and my mom taught us a lot. Every Sunday was family day that we always dreaded. But you know what? I mean, to this day, I look back and I'm like, wow, you know, I appreciate all that. Especially, you know, going to pizza every Sunday. I figured out where that, you know, pizza fetish came from. Sunday's Pizzeria every single Sunday. And all the other stuff we enjoyed. We went on a lot of vacations, just like Rona said. And Mom was pretty bad. I remember she snuck these little jars of jam through customs. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And she was just like, oh, you know, it's just a few jars. You know, don't take us to jail over it. So that was my mom in a nutshell. I didn't speak at her funeral, so I guess I'm speaking a little bit about it now because, you know, it's like now we're both, you know, both of our parents are gone, so it kind of rehashes what happened with my mom dealing with what's going on with my dad. So I guess I'm able now to speak about my mom because when it happened, it was pretty shocking. It was New Year's Eve, so I wasn't really quite ready to deal with it. So I am now, and I'm speaking a little bit. If she were here, I remember her words always were, cooperate and graduate. Always, right? And she would say, Jesus saves, Moses invests. So, yep. Any friends I had that were not Jewish, that was her line right there. You know, and to this day. I mean, my parents taught us a lot. They really did. I'm happy to say I'm a spitting image of my dad. You know, I didn't have all the luck with all the crazy women I've dated. He's definitely a character. I could tell you 100 stories on how cheap he was. Definitely. I mean, he dove into the Foster City Lagoon. I remember my glasses fell in the water. And he literally dove into the lagoon to try to get my glasses. And he found them. He did. He was not giving up. Remember that?
I do.
Yeah, and I mean, and Rona lost her retainer at Burger King.
Oh yeah, we had to go through the
We had to go through all the garbages to find it. And you know what? He found it. I mean, 2 hours later, that guy was not giving up, okay? I mean, you want to talk about perseverance and resilience. My dad was the man, okay? He'd say, Lisa, let's go to lunch. And we would go to Lucky's, and he would buy the bread for 50 cents and then order the turkey and get a side of mayonnaise, okay? If you wrote, I'm always saying it because, you know, my dear sister brought up the cheapest thing, so I was like, all right, I can go there. I can go there. But, yeah, bless my dad. You know what? And his passion for music, I mean, to this day, I'm so, so happy we grew up and my dad listened to good kick-ass music. I mean, if it weren't for him, Rona would not be singing the blues and I would not be promoting the blues, you know? Go figure, my dad was a salesman and you know, here Rona's singing the blues and I'm like promoting the blues. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. You know, I mean, we really, our parents, they taught us a lot. They really did. And I feel very grateful for everything they taught us. I really do. A lot of kids that I know, they didn't have their parents or they went through whatever they went through, and it's like, I'm glad to say my parents were awesome. They really were. They were a pain in the ass, you know, and we defied them any way we could, but yeah, we are blessed to be here, that's for sure. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
And I apologize for being late, but I thought we were still on the, Jewish late thing.
Oh, okay. There is no
Jewish
Jewish
Standard
late
Time,
thing.
right?
So a quick story. In